Okay, I think we're live.
Are we live? Are we live?
Check. It says live, but that's the fastest it's ever connected to that, and so I'm very impressed by it.
We're live.
Wow, Zoom, you're doing way better than normal.
I'm so impressed that we finally have this figured out that we can go live, because you remember when pandemic first started?
Yes.
And we were trying to figure out how to go live. It didn't work for us.
No, we spent so much time trying to figure that out. It was
Oh my
nuts.
gosh.
Oh, crazy. How are you feeling at 6 a.m. today?
I feel tired today. I went to bed too late.
I went to bed for the last 2 nights at 9:15. And it has been a real delight. But my problem is I wake up at like 1:30, like ready for the day, and then I force myself to go back to sleep. And then I wake up at 4 and I just lay there until 5, and then I get up and start my day, because I feel like starting my day at 4 when I
That's
know
a
I
bit
have like meetings and stuff at night, it's not a good idea. But
that's a bit much.
it feels like too much.
5 o'clock, I mean, it still sounds early, but it's doable.
Oh yeah, I like 5 o'clock. It's dark outside. My house is quiet. My only issue is I was finishing up my workout this morning at 5:45, and I hear the door open and little feet walk downstairs. And I was like, oh, Leslie, it's too early for you to be up. And then she got mad at me, stomped back up the stairs, and climbed in her bed.
What time was this at?
5:45.
No.
So I went up and I said, if you're up, you can get your tablet and come down, but I've got to do my thing. No. So I was like, fine, be that way.
Okay. We're starting off the day great.
She wakes up as a delight at 5:45.
Now, does she generally wake up on her own, or do you have to get her up on school days?
She wakes up on her own. There are some days where I have to wake her up at like 7:15 if she's really sleepy, but that hasn't happened in a long time.
Okay.
Tallulah gets woken up.
Yeah. Well, majority of the days.
Yeah. Leslie, she'll sleep for like 11 hours and then she's up. Like, but we're super consistent with 7:30 bedtime.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, okay. So I just have this thing where for some reason I try to have her in bed by 7:30. We are never in bed at 7:30. It's usually like 7:45, 10 to 8 by the time all the routines have finished.
Yeah.
She's very slow at doing things.
Yeah.
No matter how many times you say, please move faster.
Yeah.
Slow. And yesterday was just a day. I mean, I already texted you and said yesterday was not a great day for me. But I feel like in general for everyone in our family, yesterday wasn't a good day. Everybody just was off. And I want to say maybe there's a full moon coming up.
I agree with that. I also had a terrible day yesterday. And like Troy texted me about 3 o'clock and he's like, how's your day going? I said, well, I'm going to quit my job today. How's your day going?
Yeah.
Like it was just one of those days where it started off crappy, like first thing, and then I couldn't get it back.
And it was a late day. Like it was when we got home. I picked her up from daycare, which is unusual. Like I finished work at shortly after 5. I'm picking at my lip because I have this dry piece of skin here. Anyway, and then we knew like Nathan had to rush for that meeting. Well, I thought he had to be online at 6:30 for your meeting last night. Anyway, so we were rushing to get some supper ready. It was just whatever. It took forever. And then our child does not like to eat in a timely fashion. I don't know if we've talked about this before, but meal times drag on. She doesn't eat fruits or vegetables. So last night I put 1 slice of cucumber, like literally, like I took 1 slice, cut it in half, 1 slice on her plate. 2 grapes, 1 whole grape cut in half. So there's 2 slices of grapes. Mealtime lasted until 10 after 7.
Can I ask you a question out of love? Are
Please.
you picking the wrong battles with meal times?
Well, I don't know. Okay. First time parent here.
It's a hard question. It's a hard question to ask.
Like I said this to Nathan last night as we were crawling into bed and I felt like the worst parent in the world. Do I just decide that she doesn't eat fruits and vegetables?
I mean, are there any that she likes?
No, but there are some that she will tolerate.
Okay. I would just serve those over and over and over again.
Oh yeah. And it's funny because when Nathan talks about when he was a child, he was very picky. And for him, when he ate, when he was not forced to eat, but yeah, forced to eat.
Yeah.
When he had to eat fruits and vegetables, he said that he wanted to get it gone as fast as possible. So he would chew it, swallow it as fast as he could get it out of his mouth.
Right.
And he never really wanted to get it in his mouth. She has no problem putting it in her mouth. But
Okay.
she chews and chews and chews, and you cannot tell this child to swallow the food that is in her mouth. She will chew a strawberry for an hour. And I'm not exaggerating, an hour.
Oh, okay. I don't know what I would do in that situation. In our situation, Troy is super picky. I would almost say more picky than Nathan, but I'm not sure. And Leslie is also picky. And so early on, we realized that she was picky. And so we make 3 separate meals in our house, one that I will eat, one that I know Leslie will eat. And I don't really focus on fruits and vegetables. I just try to put something healthy in front of her. And if it's pasta every night for a week, pasta every night for a week. But Troy made it very clear. He's like, I do not want to force her like my parents forced me because I found that to be traumatizing. So we'll let her eat what she wants to eat. She's not going to starve. And she will eventually learn to like some things. And so she won't eat any meat. And I don't force her to eat any meat. She'll eat broccoli and carrots. That's what she eats. And potatoes. And that's it. And not much fruit. She's not huge into fruit, but neither am I.
Right. See, and that's where I find it hard because I eat everything. Like I'll eat all fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
But Nathan is the same way as Troy. He says like, I don't want to force her because I was forced. Anyway, she will, if you ask her what vegetable she wants to have with her supper, she'll pick either corn, peas, or beans.
Okay.
And she'll willingly choose it and she'll willingly eat it. It literally will sit in her mouth for an hour though. And like she'll eat anything else, literally anything else, as long as it's not a fruit or vegetable. Meat, she'll eat every meat. Potatoes, rice, pasta, different kinds of pasta sauce. Like,
can you sneak her fruits and veggies in a smoothie in the morning and then forget about it?
the only smoothie she will eat is strawberry, banana, and like a dairy option.
Okay.
Milk or almond milk. So that's it.
What if you threw some spinach in there? Told her it was a superhero smoothie. This is what I do with my child. And then drink it, and then I'm like, okay, you're good.
Maybe. Anyway, so I'm just gonna have to, and I feel like a terrible parent, right? Because my child won't eat fruits or vegetables, and I feel like I'm failing at some point. So that was my thing yesterday.
My child doesn't eat any either, and you're safe. Also, my child eats in front of the television or the tablet because when I can distract her with that, she'll just eat and not complain. And so I do it, and that makes me a terrible parent, but I do it anyway.
Just have to resign myself to the fact that I'm not the only person that is going through this battle. And yeah, anyway, there's the ramble for the morning.
My only advice is take your expectations and drop them way down.
Yeah, I think I need to do that.
We had to do that multiple times. At
Mhm.
this point, if she wants to eat cereal for supper, she eats cereal for supper. I have no expectations.
Oh gosh.
Um,
Your day yesterday.
Yesterday was a day. It was a Monday. Oh, we had a bad case of the Mondays.
Yeah.
I want to tell you about my Saturday or my Sunday because I was physically fit for the whole day. I skated for an hour and a half without holding on to the railing at the rink. So I was super proud of
Wow.
myself. Then I went home and I did a 4 kilometer walk with the dog. And I was like,
Amazing.
I need to be so proud of myself right now. Look at how physically fit I'm being today. But anyway, it was a lot of fun things. And it was like stepping outside of my comfort zone and doing something fun. And it was a great day.
Sunday was a beautiful day.
Hmm. What did you do? You had
I'm
said
trying
you
to
wanted to
remember
do
what.
something.
We went outside. We played outside in the afternoon.
Hmm.
I don't remember what we did. Oh, we went to visit my mom.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was new. We haven't been down to actually physically visit since we went back to Orange.
Hmm.
We were waiting. We were testing the waters to wait to
Yeah.
make sure that everything was good. So we went down. We had to visit down there. That was good. And then we played outside for the afternoon, which was awesome. The weather was great. We loved it. Anyway, outdoor time was lovely, and we all crashed that night.
Hmm.
Mhm.
We did too. Oh, so good weekend overall then. Oh, great.
Stormwatch Stephanie did not prepare us for what is happening outside this morning.
Well, my dad told me there was a storm coming, and then my husband got home and said, it's only 5 centimeters. Don't worry about it. So I didn't think anything of it. And then today I looked out the window, and because I'm not, I don't know, I don't notice things. I didn't notice that it had snowed. I looked out and said, oh, we didn't get 15 centimeters like Dad thought. Must not have happened. And then I opened my Facebook before I came on here, and school's canceled.
There's a
So,
lot of snow out there. The snowplow just went by, so I'm interested to see how much is at the end of the driveway.
oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't wait for my snow. You know what the greatest feeling is in the winter?
Tell
Paying
me.
someone to plow your driveway and knowing that you don't have to go out and do it.
Wondering why my husband hasn't done that yet, knowing that that could be a business expense for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he hasn't gone for that. Apparently, he enjoys getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning and blowing up the driveway.
Troy says that he enjoys doing it. And so there are many days, if it's like a storm on a day that he's home, and it's throughout the day, he'll go out and do the driveway. And then the guy comes and he's like, oh, he just drives by again because it's already done. But on mornings when Troy has to work, like Troy's got to leave for work in half an hour. So fingers crossed, the guy's here before he has to leave, gets it done, and then we don't have to worry about it. And I love it.
Yeah. So does he generally come to your house by a certain time?
Well, we've asked that it be before 7 in the morning because that's usually when Troy leaves, or a little bit before. Or if it's a nighttime plow, it's got to be before 8:30 because that's when Troy gets home. And so we just want to have it like so that he can get in and out because normally it doesn't really affect me. I would just stay home.
Yeah.
But it's been a little iffy in the mornings because I think sometimes there's different guys doing it and they just kind of forget that.
Right.
And Troy sold his truck, so he can't just like drive over it now. He's driving a
right.
car. So anyway, but as I like to say, that's a Troy problem and not a me problem. I have my SUV and I can get out.
Oh, I'm surprised Troy sold his truck.
You know, Troy gets bored with his things. So he got bored with his truck and said, if I decide I want a new one, I'll just buy another one. And so that's how he lives.
I'm always impressed with his wheelings and dealings with vehicles. He's so good at it.
Very good at it. I'm not going to complain. He makes me some money from time to time. So
Great.
I won't complain. All right, guys. So we're starting a new devotion today.
We are.
Jennifer picked one on the weekend that I think is going to be delightful because it involves the coming alive of dry bones. And you know how we love dry bones.
I knew when I saw this devotion that it would be right up your alley when it said dry bones.
I love the dry bones.
Mhm.
And it's a 7-day?
7-day, yeah.
7-day devotion, which will take us a few weeks because we only do like 3 a week. And then I found this morning when I was searching for this one, there's a Come Alive Easter version that starts on Palm Sunday and works its way up to the crucifixion. But I feel like if we start it as soon as this one's done with our like skipping days, we should get ourselves up to Easter with it too. Because I think
so.
it's a 9-day one.
Perfect.
So I think that's going to work out well with our timeline.
Yep. Awesome.
All right. Look at us. Okay, so on the Bible app, you can find this. I'm gonna talk people through it because we had a friend who was like, I'm not sure how to do this, and so I'm gonna talk you through it now.
Give us a tutorial.
When you open up your Jennifer should be the one giving us the tutorial. I'm not really great at this. Open up your Bible app. At the bottom, you have like a little taskbar that says Home, Read, Plans, Discover, and More. So you want to hit Discover. And at the top in the search bar, type in Come Alive, and you will see 2 options, Come Alive Easter and just regular Come Alive. And today we're doing regular Come Alive. Click on that, say Start the Plan. You can do it by yourself or with friends. I don't really understand what the difference is between the two, because if you say by yourself, it says, do you want your friends to see it? So I feel like that's the same thing, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get it. I really like the artwork on it. It's really pretty. I don't think you can.
Yeah, we can see that. That it is nice.
Yeah, it's cute. Anyway.
So it's called a 7-day devotional declaring new life into dry bones. I think that's cool. So when I was pre-browsing it, not pre-browsing, but just browsing. It's 6 o'clock. Okay. It says that we're going to read Ezekiel 37, 1-14 every day. So I feel like we're not going to read it every day, but we could read it today just to like get ourselves into the mood for it and then do the devotional. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, we should. I missed that part. I was like, are we reading that scripture every day? But yes, we are.
I think that's what it said.
We're going to read this passage together each day as we reflect on key scriptures that will help us see God. What? That will help us see God wants to come alive in our. Oh, gotcha. Words are hard this morning.
I also couldn't put that sentence together though. Okay.
Still not sure it makes sense.
Yeah. How about I read Ezekiel 37 and then you can read the devotion.
Yes.
Start us off today.
Yes.
Okay. I'm living. Holy smokes, guys. I'm reading from the New Living Translation.
Oh my gosh.
What a day it's going to be. Okay, here we go. Ezekiel 37, 1 to something, 14, I think. The Lord took hold of me, and I was carried away by the Spirit of the Lord to a valley filled with bones. He led me all around among the bones that covered the valley floor. They were scattered everywhere across the ground and were completely dried out. Then he asked me, Son of man, can these bones come living people again? O sovereign Lord, I replied, you alone know the answer to that. Then he said to me, Speak a prophetic message to these bones and say, Dry bones, listen to the word of the Lord. That is what the sovereign Lord says. Look, I'm going to put breath into you and make you live again. I will put flesh and muscles on you and cover you with skin. I will put breath into you and you will come to life. And then you will know that I am the Lord. So I spoke this message just as he told me. Suddenly I spoke. There was a rattling noise all across the valley. You know that song Rattle by Elevation Worship? That makes me this. I mean, I love it. Okay, keep going. Sorry. Suddenly, as I spoke, there was a rattling noise all across the valley. The bones of each body came together and attached themselves as complete skeletons. Then, as I watched, muscles and flesh formed over the bones. Then skin formed to cover their bodies, but they still had no breath in them. Then he said to me, speak a prophetic message to the winds, son of man. Speak a prophetic message and say, this is what the sovereign Lord says. Come, O breath from the four winds, breathe into these dead bodies so they may live again. So I spoke the message as he commanded me, and breath came into their bodies. They all came to life and stood up on their feet, a great army. Then he said to me, Son of man, these bones represent the people of Israel. They are saying, we have become old, dry bones. All hope is gone. Our nation is finished. Therefore, prophesy to them and say, this is what the sovereign Lord says. O my people, I will open your graves of exile and cause you to rise again. Then I will bring you back to the land of Israel. When this happens, O my people, you will know that I am the Lord. I will put my spirit in you, and you will live again and return home to your own land. Then you will know that I, the Lord, have spoken, and I have done what I said. Yes, the Lord has spoken. Okay.
Okay, so I'm really feeling that rattle song now. Okay, so I had told you on Sunday when I had found this devotion that the Lauren Daigle song "Come Alive" was the first thing that popped into my head. Yeah. And I'll share that this morning, but I think maybe like tomorrow and every day, if we have other songs pop into our head, we should also share those. But tomorrow we should share Rattle, or tomorrow, Thursday.
Whatever day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rattle, I love Rattle, but I've never heard the Lauren Daigle Come Alive one. Lauren Daigle is not like a go-to artist for me for some reason, but you love her, right?
I do, but she just has some songs that I've heard before, and certainly some things will be, some words will trigger it, and I'll think, okay, I've heard that song before, and it ends up being one of her songs. But anyway. Okay.
Devotion time.
Devotion time. Oh, there goes my husband to snowblow the driveway.
Hi,
Nathan. Okay. So I'm just going to skip that little piece at the top. Okay. Dry bones. Valleys often signify a low point or a depression in life. They can be a challenge. The book of Psalms speaks of the valley of the shadow of death in chapter 23 and in chapter 84. Certain versions refer to the valley of tears. The valley of Ezekiel was led to was full of death as it was consumed by a vast number of dry bones. These bones weren't just dead. They had been dead for a very long time. In verse 2, it says there were a great many bones on the floor of the valley, and they were very dry. The first thing the Spirit of God did with Ezekiel was to show him the valley and then proceeded to show him the detail. Can you hear the snowblower running?
I heard it start, but it's not bad. I can't hear it now.
Okay, it's going to be loud until he's out of the garage.
Okay.
He led me back and forth among them, and I saw a great many bones on the floor of the valley, bones that were very dry. From that perspective, the prophet was able to not only see a large number of bones, but was also able to see the individual bones. He was that close to the bones. He was able to identify the bones. If you reflect on your own life, perhaps some things that were once full of life, energy, strength, and vitality are currently dead, dry, and dusty, with no chance of a resurrection, given up and given in. That's deep. I wonder what is dry in your life. Maybe it's a dream, a ministry, a relationship, or a business. Maybe there is no life in your marriage, or perhaps it has ended up in disappointment. Maybe it's a family member or a friend you have been praying for hasn't yet come to know Jesus as their personal savior. Today is about identifying the things in our life that are dead, dying, or dry, and writing them down. So in our little action section, it says, write down 3 areas in your life that you're going to pray over and declare come alive. Write them in faith. Write them with expectation. Believe that new life will be breathed into these circumstances.
Well, okay.
That is deep for 6 o'clock in the morning.
3 areas that we're going to, I don't know if I have 3 dead areas, but I'm going to have to think about it.
I feel like this is going to be a thinker.
Yeah. Okay. What were the options that they were given? Okay.
Just scrolling back up.
There's a dream that's become dry. I did always have a dream to become a divorce lawyer. That's kind of gone dry. But I think that that's probably okay. Like, here's what we're going to have to talk about. What are the things that are dry, but it's okay? And the things that are dry that we want to have come alive again. We're going to have to think about this. Do you have a dream that's gone dry?
I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head. I feel like I'm going to have to take time to think about this. Now, I know like you and I were texting a little bit yesterday, and I had said a couple of things about maybe some like ministry areas where I felt like I wasn't thriving in them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Not thriving. I wasn't sure where my place was in those ministry areas anymore.
Right.
So is that me feeling dry in those areas or feeling dead in those areas? Is this devotion telling me that I need to still be in those areas and pray over them? I don't know.
I don't know. Like, obviously we need to be praying over them, but I don't know that I know the difference between something being dry that needs to come alive again or something coming to a close so that, like, a door closing so that another door can open. I don't know that I know the difference, because if something's dried out, I don't know. I don't know that I know the difference.
Because I feel like okay, I'm just going to use in ministry because that's what I was talking about yesterday, but I feel like in ministry, if you get to a point where you feel like I don't know if your gifts aren't, I don't know, if you're just not feeling it, if you're feeling like you're not bringing anything to that ministry, like, does that mean that your time is done? Does that mean that I don't want to say your gifts are not being used?
No, I don't.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's a hard one to. I don't know. I just don't know.
I feel like this one's going to be a little bit more of a thinker.
We're going to get deep in this. I can tell already. It's way deeper than Annie's Fun Time.
Yeah, Annie's Fun Time is a very light devotion. This is a bit more of a deep thinking devotion.
I'm gonna have a hard time with this because, like, okay, so dreams. I got some dreams. It's not that I gave up on them. It's just things went a different way. Ministry. I got some dried up ministries that I think it's time to shut the door on. Relationships or a business. Relationships, I've got some dry bone relationships that could probably come alive. So I would say I could do that. Marriage is fine. Family members or friends that you've been praying over. Maybe, how am I going to word this? I don't know yet. I got to think on this one.
I feel like we all probably have some areas where, I think we all have some areas where we can.
And it's like that uncomfortable, like, we don't try to search for the things that make us a little bit uncomfortable, or maybe I don't know. Do dry bones make us uncomfortable? I don't know. Maybe they do.
Well, they can, depending on what the situation is.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. Okay, so I think the whole point is to pray about it, try to discover where the dry bones are in our lives, and work on asking God to breathe life into those situations if that's where, or if that's something that's meant to be reopened for us or brought back to life for us. So,
yeah.
Anyway.
I think we're going to be praying a lot over this one.
Right. So back to our little action part. It says to write down 3 areas in your life that you're going to pray over and declare come alive. If you know what those 3 areas are, I don't. So I'm just going to pray that God show me where those areas are and then pray over them.
Oh, let me read our prayer for the day.
Please
Dear
do.
Lord, Dear Lord, I pray you would show me and help me identify the dry bones in my life. See, you were already on the right track with that.
Great.
Help me see what only you can see and understand in my life. Lift up my perspective to see the valley I stand in and the boldness to declare, come alive in my situation. Okay, guys, that's got to be the prayer for the day. Show me where the area of dry bones are, and we'll put aside our pride and our whatever feelings we might have, let them come alive if they're meant to. I don't think all of our situations are meant to come alive again. I think there are situations where you are supposed to shut the door and open yourself up to new situations.
And if anybody watching has anything to comment in that area, maybe someone who is more wise than we are, please give us some counsel in the comments below. Let us know what you think.
Yep.
Can it go both ways? Can some doors just be closed? Or can they be, these areas of dry bones be resurrected? Does it go both ways? Does that make sense?
I think it does.
Can it go both ways? Anyway.
Let's talk about doors versus bones. And give us your counsel.
Right. Now, I'm not expecting everybody to post in the comments below where your dry bones are, because some of those can be very uncomfortable. But I would suggest getting a journal. I love a journal.
Oh, yes.
And I think starting this devotion with a journal would be very good, because you can write your areas down there and we can pray over them, or you can pray over them personally for the next 7 days.
Or if you don't want a journal and you want like a writing journal and you want to like type a journal, you can start a group chat with me and Jen and we'll journal with you.
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Yes, we can.
If you want to have a little small group chat or a small group of ladies, you let us know and we'll group chat with you, because we're very good at the texting.
And that way it doesn't need to be public. It can be more personal in a group chat setting.
Yep. Let us know. Add us to your group chats. Oh, we want to be fun friends.
Let's be group chat friends.
Yes.
Hey, I'm going to tag that Lauren Daigle song in the comments, or you can, because you have. Can I do that? No, you
can do it, I think, because we're live.
Once it's posted. Yeah. 6 o'clock brain.
Tell me about it. Okay.
Anyway.
Okay, it's 6:30. We're gonna go get ready for our days in the snow.
Can I tell you what I have to do tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning?
What?
I have to have my child at the dentist at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Been there. Good luck.
This is the first time appointment also, so pray for me.
Oh, is it? Okay, good luck.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck.
We'll reconvene on Thursday morning. I'll tell you how it was.
Can't wait to hear about it.
Oh, Thursday. We should have our dads on, because it's their birthday.
Oh, it is their birthdays. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. We'll play with it. Okay, guys, have the best day. Get your journal, start a group text, think about your areas of dry bones in your life and pray over them. And we will be back on Thursday to talk about them some more.
Can't wait.
Okay, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Maybe.